When we look at the history of YouTube, we've seen some creators who have done some pretty horrible things. But today we're going to be talking about creators who have taken somebody's life. The Borderline is a YouTube group that was founded in September of 2020 by Matteo DiPietro. They would upload their first video on December 24th of that same year, where they would give money away to the homeless. This video would not do the best, but this wouldn't stop them from uploading more. They wouldn't see much growth until 2021 with the introduction to challenge videos. They would upload videos such as Last Person in Straight Jacket was $300, and I Survived 24 Hours in Forest, gaining millions of views. One challenge video would become a recurring topic in later videos called Staying Inside Car for 50 Hours, being one of the biggest videos the group has ever produced, and they would keep doing this video style, doing one in a Tesla, and these videos become some of the most viewed videos in their channel history. They would decide to do the video again, but instead of using a Tesla like they decided the last time, they decided to use a Lamborghini Urus, but this video would not go as well as the other ones and would change the trajectory of everybody's lives involved in this situation. They would set out to record the video and would post videos and snippets online showing that the video was going well for them. But this would be the only positive that would come out of this story. The driver Matteo would be seen taunting other drivers for the cars that they were driving and just regular dickhead stuff like that. Eventually, he would want to test out the speed of the Urus, and this would end up being the biggest mistake of his life. Matteo went to test the speed of the car, but there was an issue. There was another driver that was going way too slow for his liking, so he would attempt to pass him up. But when he did this, he would end up crashing into oncoming traffic and would end up taking the life of a 6-year-old boy, and he would also injure the mother and the daughter as well. He would end up getting house arrest for this, and it would turn out that they found cannabis in his system allegedly. He would be released on house arrest. The Borderline will release a statement on their YouTube channel basically saying that they are sorry for what happened and that they will not continue to upload because it's messing with their faith and just messing with their conscience, and that they're done with online uploading and this will be the last upload on the channel. This is not the end of the story. I learned while writing the script that Matteo will not be facing any jail time for what he has done. He'll only be facing 4 years of probation, and this is just sad that he took somebody's life being a dickhead and he's just getting a slap on the wrist. Trent Pascal would upload his first video on March 24th, 2016, a short video called Cute Baby Laughing at Mommy Blowing Bubbles, where in the video a child would be seen laughing at her mother blowing bubbles with her gum, a cute home style video that would make people happy and enjoy it when they see it. This family album type video would be the center point of the channel, uploading more videos about his family and the stuff that they were doing, using it more as a digital diary than anything else. Trent eventually would abandon this first channel and make a new channel called Big Money T, where he would continue to post the same style of videos about his family and would continue to show off the stuff that they were doing, the progression of their family, showing off memories and things that they were doing in nature and just enjoying their lives. But this would end up changing when Trent would post a video with the title of his daughter's full legal name, which I will not say here, where he would apologize to his daughter for what he's about to do to their mother. He would explain a sob story of his wife cheating on him to justify what he was going to do. He would cry throughout the entire video trying to explain that it was all her fault for this, and the video would eventually end abruptly with the sound of something being heard in the background and him running into a bathroom and ending the video. After this video turned off, he would end up shooting his wife Savannah and would go on the run. He would upload the video after this happened, with the video being very disturbing to say the least. First being one of the biggest ones is that he never shedded a single tear during the video where he was talking about his sadness and he was fake crying the whole time. The second, it seemed like he was more concerned with the way that he looked than talking at some points, making fun of his own self-esteem. He would end up getting caught later that day in a Walmart parking lot with the exact same gun that he used to kill his wife still on him. He would refuse police orders and would attempt to shoot the officers. He would get shot multiple times while doing this before he can let off a shot, and he would get rushed to the hospital where he would actually survive this ordeal. It almost seemed like a certainty that he would be going to jail for the rest of his life, with the video of him being recorded, being caught by his neighbor on camera fleeing the scene, shooting at police officers, and even admitting to his own aunt that he killed his wife. But this would not be the case for Trent. Trent would actually get bail for this situation, and his parents would actually go out and pay it. This would allow Trent to leave jail and live as a regular person again. He would get arrested 2 more times during his parole and would end up getting released again and again. And it's because the court is just dumb. You allowed somebody who killed his wife, shot at police officers, and just all this stuff to keep getting out. The fuck is wrong with you? There's no justification. And this lack of intelligence by the court would end up resulting in something bad happening again. Trent would head to a car dealership where he would ask to test drive a black Tahoe, where him and an employee of the dealership would go around and test drive the car. Trent would pull into a gas station where then he would pull out a knife, tell the employee to get out, would force him out of the car, and would steal it. He would drive away and would actually be caught on CCTV committing the crime, where the police in the area would notice Trent and be shocked because Trent's ankle monitor said that he was at home the entire time. They would head to his home and see that it wasn't him, it was cut in half on some TK shit. He would end up doing the race and go missing for quite a while, but he would end up getting caught again on January 4th, 2022, where Trent would end up taking his own life, and rest in piss to Trent Pascal. Alyssa Daybald is a makeup YouTuber who is known for her makeup tutorials on the website, but she is no longer known for this. Alyssa would head to the hospital one day for heavy vaginal bleeding, where doctors would inform her that her hemoglobin levels were strangely high and would ask if she has been pregnant recently. Alyssa would deny being pregnant. The doctors would choose to run an ultrasound on Alyssa, finding clear evidence that in fact that she was pregnant, and would perform a surgery that would include removing the umbilical cord from her to stop the bleeding. But during this entire thing, she was still denied that she was pregnant at any point, and this was strange to the doctors to say the least. The doctors would do some digging into her past and would learn that just a couple months ago on a different appointment, she would have been informed that she was pregnant, and reports were that she was actually happy for this pregnancy. With this being revealed to the doctors, they would call the police since there is now a missing child that nobody could find. The police would take her in for questioning, where she would admit to giving birth to a baby boy, but she would pass out after this, and when she woke up, the child ended up dying. She would tell them that she panicked and that she threw the kid away in the trash cans outside of her apartment complex, where she would go into detail about how she wrapped the child in plastic wrap and would end up throwing the kid away. The police would search for the child, end up finding the baby boy's body, and after an autopsy, it was determined that the child died of strangulation. She would be charged with this, but she would also admit to something that was just as gruesome. She would admit that she actually did the same thing a year prior with another child, because the child came out with the umbilical cord wrapped around its neck and ended up passing away during birth. Alyssa would be arrested and charged for these murders and sentenced to 40 years in jail, which just isn't enough for something like this. At this point, this is a death penalty type thing.
A lot of YouTubers do a lot of stupid stuff. Some do it for clicks, and some do it just because. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nanak, your host, and I'm with Dex. And today we're going to be talking about YouTubers that are currently in prison or jail. Jared Lee Laffner, or better known as Class It Up 10, born on September 10th, 1988. He made YouTube stuff of like how to mind control and stuff like that. I'm not sure what else he does. I just know he does a lot of weird shit on YouTube. He was also a college student, and for some reason he had a deep hatred for a government official. Her name is Gabrielle Gliffords. In January 11, 2011, Gabrielle was hosting a meeting at a supermarket. Jared took the trip all the way to the supermarket and started opening fire and injured 13 people and killed 6 people. He was quickly reprianded. He was sentenced with first-degree murder of a federal employee. He also has 2 counts of attempted assassination towards a member of the Congress. He also has 10 counts of 7 life terms plus 140 years without parole. So it does not sound like he's getting out anytime soon.
Leah Felton is a 34-year-old former piano teacher from Tallahassee, Florida, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for lewd performance, which is a second-degree felony, which is defined for the intentional sexual performance in the presence of a child younger than 16. There's a loophole on YouTube that allows nudity if it's for educational purposes, such as a woman teaching another woman how to breastfeed. But Leah, who at the time was struggling financially and emotionally, decided to upload the videos of her breastfeeding her child. But she found out quickly that her audience wasn't other women coming to learn from it. It was people coming and commenting on how she looks and masturbating. She decided to keep making these videos, but would even make them more sexual. She would sell her unlisted videos of her breastfeeding her child while increasing the sexual content. From her rubbing herself during one of the videos to her rubbing herself and her child down in oil, entitling the video something that you would find on the hub, such as "Mommy's a whore." She would get caught after her husband was found trying to buy the videos by his wife, and the wife would report her to the police. She would be arrested for the crimes of promoting sexual performance by a child, lewd and litigious behavior, child cruelty, and molestation. During her trial, she would describe the videos in a very disturbing way, from a silly little plaything and doesn't believe it's criminal. She then blamed her mental health for the whole thing, and her legal team even tried to use free speech protections to try to get her off. She would be sentenced to 10 years in prison and 5 years probation and is on the sex offenders registry.
Joel Fivier was born June 5th, 1990. He was a lead singer and a songwriter of a band named Get Scared. He was there for 10 years in this band. But he left this band to go pursue his own dreams, and he went to start a YouTube channel, which he got a very good small following. But unfortunately, in February 17th, 2019, he was arrested for having 4,000 pictures of child pornography. God damn, that's a lot of fucking pictures. Holy shit. He also enjoyed watching children get beat. He was soon arrested, and he's serving 12 years in prison and won't be free until October 4th, 2029.
On July 2nd of 2016, 6-year-old Alicia McPhail was sleeping in her grandparents' home in the island of Butte when at 2 in the morning, 16-year-old Aaron Campbell would break into her home looking for marijuana. He would kidnap the 6-year-old girl, he would take her to an abandoned hotel where he would rape and kill her and then throw the clothes into the ocean. He would go home, take a shower, and then go to sleep. The next morning, the grandfather would realize that Alicia was gone, and her bike was still in the garden, so they would inform police that she was missing, and the entire community would go out searching for the missing child. Her body would be found 15 minutes away from the home, and the mother of Aaron Campbell would check her CCTV footage, hoping to find something that could help the police find the killer. It was a shock to her and everyone when they would see Aaron leaving the home at the time of the killing and returning twice, one time to get his cell phone from the scene of the crime and the other time to come home for real. She would confront him where he denied it, and she would end up turning that footage into the police to clear her son's name. But after the footage was reviewed and footage from another CCTV camera catching Aaron going down the beach, he was charged with the murder of Alicia McPhail, and he would end up getting a life sentence for the crimes with a minimum of 27 years. Which he appealed for and got 24. This video is covered in more deep, detailed conversation on my own channel, right here, link in the description.
Andre Tucker, better known as Otaku Studios. He was born on December 28th, 1994. He's currently 28 years old as of this recording. He was an animation YouTuber and made a bunch of very inappropriate videos. It could be very easily mistaken to be a kid thing, but it is 100% not a kid thing. Andre was arrested for helping with sex trafficking. He also saw an ad for a 12-year-old runaway and also paid money to do unspeakable things to this little girl. They were all arrested in 2019 and serving 10 years sentence, which they should serve way longer, but you know, whatever. But they will not be released until 2029. We hope you guys really did enjoy today's video. Leave a like, subscribe, and share around for more spooky and creepy things.
YouTube is the home of 2.6 billion users, and with millions of videos uploaded daily, and with the amount of users on the website increasing every day, there's a good chance that somebody who has done horrible things used to own a YouTube channel, and some even posted videos to try to become the next superstar. But instead of going down the path of content creation, they decided to go down a path of evil, and they are now known for their evil crimes. And in today's video, me and Nada are going to cover some of the worst YouTube killers that the website has to offer. Trey Eric Seltzer, or better known as his online name Mr. Anime, created his channel back in 2006. Trey was known for starting the YouTube anime community. He helped inspire some of the biggest names in the community today. He didn't have that many subs, but he was still a well-respected and well-known creator on the platform, and he was known on many different parts of YouTube's as Mr. Anime. He was known for being real with his audience, and as time went on, he started showing signs of his sanity slipping, such as him doing research on serial killers, him killing animals, using real guns in his videos, and shooting buildings in the middle of the night. It was clear after watching the videos that something bad was going to happen, and in the morning of March 20th of 2012, Mr. Anime lured his mother into the garage and shot her in the chest. From there, he entered the home and shot his brother in the head. His father woke up, hearing shots, entered the living room to investigate, only to be shot by Trey in the torso just like his mother. From here, Trey destroyed the entire house and killed the remaining pets in the home before carrying weapons and ammunition to Waller High School with plans to commit a mass murder. He would head to the school with the plan of killing 70 people, but decided to head back home because it became too real. He would be arrested for the murder of his family later on. Trey was sentenced to life in prison. Trey requested that his rights on parole would also be taken away, believing he posed a danger to himself and others. On the walls of his home, he wrote several things, including, "Why did I do this? I love my mom, dad, and brother. I miss my brother, father, and mother. And God, please forgive me because I can't forgive myself."
Elliot Oliver Robertson Rogers, better known as the Super Meme. He was born July 24th, 1991. He was born in England, London, but at the age of 5 years old, he moved to Los Angeles, California. Elliot makes blogs and explains how the girls always ignore him. Every girl does not want to be with him. He never has a good interaction with women. And he finally had the last straw and snapped. He soon made a video saying that he was going to shoot up a sorority house. But before he goes to the sorority house, May 23rd, 2014, on Friday, Elliot stabbed 3 men to death in his apartment. 3 hours later, he went to the sorority house, could not get in, he failed to get in, so then he just went on a killing rampage, shot 3 women. 2 out of the 3 women 2 of them died and 1 survived. He then drove to a deli and ran into a bunch of cars and got into a shootout with police. One of the officers hit Elliot in the hip. He then struck a cyclist while he was driving and smashed into a car. At 9:35 a.m., police found Roger dead inside his car. He allegedly shot himself in the head with his pistol.
On July 2nd of 2016, 6-year-old Alicia McPhail was sleeping in her grandparents' home in the island of Butte, when at 2 in the morning, 16-year-old Aaron Campbell would break into her home looking for marijuana. He would kidnap the 6-year-old girl, he would take her to an abandoned hotel where he would rape and kill her and then throw the clothes into the ocean. He would go home, take a shower, and then go to sleep. The next morning, the grandfather would realize that Alicia was gone and her bike was still in the garden, so they would inform police that she was missing and the entire community would go out searching for the missing child. Her body would be found 15 minutes away from the home, and the mother of Aaron Campbell would check her CCTV footage, hoping to find something that could help the police find the killer. It was a shock to her and everyone when they would see Aaron leaving the home at the time of the killing and returning twice, one time to get his cell phone from the scene of the crime and the other time to come home for real. She would confront him where he denied it, and she would end up turning that footage into the police to clear her son's name. But after the footage was reviewed and footage from another CCTV camera catching Aaron going down the beach, he was charged with the murder of Alicia McPhail, and he would end up getting a life sentence for the crimes with a minimum of 27 years, which he appealed for and got 24. This video is covered in more deep, detailed conversation on my own channel, right here, link in the description.
Samantha Walford. Samantha was born September 25th, 1985. Samantha was a mother of 5, and when she was 19, she had a pair of twins with her high school boyfriend, Aaron. In 2014, Elliot and Samantha got into a fight because Aaron decided to get married inside of a video game to a female character. And then Samantha threatened Ethan she will leave him if he doesn't stop playing video games. But to cool everything down, Elliot asked Samantha to marry him. Everything was well until February 20th, 2015. Samantha's mother, Rose, received a phone call, and it was Samantha. Samantha said, and I quote, "There were intruders and apparently they kidnapped Aaron." Rose heard her say that she was tied up, and now I'm really freaking out. I've never been so scared in my life. Samantha's mother. Police soon arrived to investigate the kidnapping of Aaron, and Samantha was taken in for questioning. Samantha said she has no clue who these people are and she has no association with this kidnapping. But she did say that she might know who actually kidnapped Aaron. She told police that it could have been John Rebel. This was the police's only lead, so they took the bait. John was taken for questioning, and it turned out it was not him, so they let him go. But the mastermind behind the whole plan was Samantha herself. Big shocker. Jonathan claimed that the night before the intrusion, Samantha and John met up to plan Aaron's abduction. The men had later taken the kids to Walmart for food. The Walmart surveillance footage confirmed that this is true. Jonathan confessed that he and the 2 men actually abducted Aaron and beat the crap out of him and whipped him, and his wife was watching the entire time. And finally, after all the beating and whipping was over, one of the men pulled a gun out and shot Aaron in the head. Many believe that Samantha did this for fame. Others think that Samantha did this because Elliot threatened to leave her and take the kids with him.
Giannis Parskiskas is a 27-year-old male father of 2 who was extremely active in his YouTube channel Giannis Parskiskas 1, where he would try to become a YouTube star where him and his friends, they'd be showing guns and playing with animals and much more, including a sketch comedy scene with an intros and transitions that shows that he was actually trying to become a YouTube star and putting time and effort into his channel. But this would end up not getting him anywhere here on YouTube. He only gained 22 subs at the time, and he would end up deleting a majority of these videos later on after the news broke that he had killed Suzanne Eden, who was a 59-year-old woman, and at the time that her body was found, it was found inside of a bunker used in World War II by 2 explorers. After the body was found, it was made clear to everyone that she was murdered by both strangulation and stabbing. It was also found out that he had raped the woman. He was motivated by his sexual gratification to beat the woman. His car was caught on CCTV footage driving up to the bunker where the body was found. Giannis in 2020 would get a life sentence. The interesting thing about the whole thing is that he claimed that he didn't know about the bunker, but one of his YouTube videos showed him at the exact bunker that he would end up killing the woman. This has also shown a great cause of concern for most people because in that video there were bones, and very concerning comments made by his friends made it seem that he had killed there before. Vote Saxon 07, or better known as Stephen McCall, is a 33-year-old man from the UK. Stephen created videos around toy reviews and collector's memorabilia, and this has netted him a good following of 35k subscribers. Everything was looking up for Stephen, but this would all change when he was charged with the murder of Natalie McNally, who was 32 years old and was 15 months pregnant with his child. On December 18th of 2022, she was found murdered in her home and stabbed to death in Silverwood Green. Her then partner Stephen would be arrested for the murder, where he would use the fact that he was live on his YouTube channel as an alibi, where that night he had a 6-hour pre-recorded video of him playing GTA Vice City with the title Violent Night. When watching the stream, it was clear that he was not there, from him telling his viewers that he couldn't interact with them because it would crash his computer, and hints in the video about the victim's name, him looking directly into the camera and saying holy fucking Natalie and smirking the whole time. He said her name, giving clear clues that she was on his mind. He would also talk about the lack of police presence in Ireland and say that he wants to keep his violence only to video games. He would take a break halfway through the video, and it can be shown on the screen of him just laughing, also saying he's gonna have a great Christmas. He also said that he wants to kill this bitch. There was also a James Bond poster for the movie No Time to Die show. He said that was an accident. He would continue talking and saying that he wants to get back into gaming, but he wouldn't have any free time next year. This story got a whole lot of traction on the internet because it was the first instance that most people know about that somebody tried to use a live stream as an alibi. He is still awaiting trial, and this story was covered by huge creators like Penguin Zero or Moist Critical.
Stanislav Lashitnikov, better known as Ralphie. Ralphie is a Russian YouTube streamer / Twitch streamer. He was born February 23rd, 1990. He's most known for beating his girlfriend and verbally abusing her. His audience was eating it up, so he's all around a piece of shit, and I fucking hope this guy burns. He also pepper sprayed his girlfriend and also beat her with metal plates. He then got a $1,000 donation, and the donation said to lock her outside, so he did lock her outside. She kept banging on the door for hours and hours until the banging finally stopped. He opened the door and found the corpse of his girlfriend. She died from hypothermia. Millions and millions of people saw the dead body on stream, and he was crying and pleading, saying, "I'm so sorry for this and that." She was also pregnant with his child, which that is fucking wild to me that he would lock her outside with a unborn baby. He was arrested, and now he's spending 6 years in federal prison. But if you ask me, I think he should have life or the death penalty, but I don't think they do that in Russia.